So looking back on 30 years of INTRAC, I think one of the things that makes me most proud is the efforts that we've put into localizing OD consultancy. For me, it started 25 years ago in Malawi, where I went to work and train a team of young Malawians to provide OD services to the emerging civil society there. And it's lovely to see Angela Zamari Smith, who's going to come and talk in a minute. She was one of the early cohorts, as well as a couple of other people on the call. Since then, INTRAC's also done face-to-face training programs for OD consultants from Kyrgyzstan, from Lebanon, from Palestine, from Indonesia, from Saudi Arabia, from Malaysia, from Mali, all over the world. It's something very, very close to our heart. When I look back on some of those early days, I do shudder when I think of I think of the quality of work, how little I knew about OD, and also how little I still know today when thinking about organizational change and the complexities of making that happen. But as I say, the thing that makes me proud is I think we put a finger on what is or what was a critical issue and still is today, because I think good practice, capacity strengthening requires a quality supply of national consultants who know the context, who speak the language, who are on hand to provide follow through. And 3 recent studies by foundations that I read last year, Hewlett, Packard, and others, confirmed that in many parts of the world, not in all parts of the world, but in many places, there is a critical bottleneck. And for me, OD is about change in individual organizations, but it's also about change in the ecosystem, the supply and the accessibility of national consultants to civil society sectors. It's not about international consultants flying in and flying out. That's unsustainable on so many levels. And it also keeps the power and privilege firmly rooted in Europe and North America. So in 2022, at the start of 2022, you know, in one sense, I feel slightly embarrassed because INTRAC's still singing the same song. It feels almost like a stuck record, but we feel that localizing so the supply of OD consultants is still critical. So we're very proudly supporting Well Grounded, which is a Cameroonian-based organization, as they develop and deliver a Facilitators for Change program. And we're just providing backstopping support and some mentoring and materials, but they're leading the whole thing. We're also co-creating a program together with some regional providers and 4 foundations to have consultants for change programs in 4 regions over the next 4 years. And as we look ahead to those programs, I think for me, it sort of highlights the importance of embedding 3 key learnings. The first one for me in any formation program is that recruitment is absolutely key. You know, the raw material is almost more important than the program itself. And so it is about looking for people with competence, with skills, but I think experience has taught me that it's looking for more than that. It's looking for people with commitment to remain serving civil society and a real calling to serve civil society. So as well as recruitment, I think it is about a variety of experiential learning methods. You know, we've seen that modular programs help because we don't learn everything all at once. They have to be highly applied. Practical assignments with mentoring support can be really, really helpful. And increasingly using a hybrid mix of both online learning as well as face-to-face learning. And the third key area that we will want to embed in all our future work is what we call consulting with soul. It's not about creating a whole cohort of briefcase experts who can go around and write reports, but it's what we call consultants with soul. So what on earth does that mean? For us, it means 4 key things. We're looking for people who focus on the change in the client, not the contract. It's not just about earning an income or fulfilling a terms of reference. It has to make a practical difference on the ground. The second thing, it's about consultants who relentlessly prioritize client ownership. We've learned again and again and again and again the importance of ownership. You can't impose lasting change from outside. So good consultants have to cultivate this sort of fragile flower of ownership. The third element of consulting with soul is really helping people to have the courage and the emotional intelligence to get to the heart of the matter, not just to deal with what's on the surface or the presenting problem, but really to engage with what's underneath the surface. And the fourth element would be about consultants with the self-discipline to bring the very best of themselves to every assignment. And that means keeping themselves fit mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, so that really they are at the top of their game, because OD is so difficult to do well. So as we celebrate INTRAC's 30 years and look ahead, hopefully to another 30 years, what I think I would love people to say of INTRAC would be that we inspired a generation of consultants who really catalyze positive change in civil society around the world.